And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Firerella! It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, in a faraway land called Hodville, there was a young adult girl named Firerella. Firerella had 4 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Flama, Enisha, Aurora, and Adana, who constantly made fun of Firerella and always made her do all the chores. Fire, wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes and windows. Do it all, said Flama, Enisha, Aurora, and Adana all together. And then one day, the king of Hodville's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Hodville! His majesty is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Pete Heat. Firerella is not welcome, though. Flama, Enisha, Aurora, and Adana are overjoyed. They ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball, but argue over who will Prince Pete fall in love with later. Firerella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Pete. Whatever will I do? She whimpers. Firerella's fiery godmother arrives and comforts her. There, now, Firerella. You'll become a princess, thanks to help with a bit of my magic, she says. She then chants the magic words, Hiddity, hoddity, hoo! And waves her magic wand to do all the chores for Firerella. But she's not done yet. She said, Firerella, give me a piping hot jalapeno. And so, Firerella has a nice piping hot jalapeno. And Firerella's fiery godmother chants the magic words, Hiddity, hoddity, hoo! And waves her magic wand to turn the jalapeno into a handsome coach. It was steam-powered. She then turns Firerella's red clothes into a gown crown and even a pair of burning red ruby slippers appear on her feet. Firerella says, I've never seen such a fire-rific gown, and get a load of my burning red ruby slippers. Fiery godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the steam power coach. Firerella's fiery godmother reminds her that she needs to return home before midnight. That's the spell will wear off and everything will change back to the way it was before. And so, Firerella accepts the warning. At the ball, the king of Hodville asks, wondering who to fall in love with, Prince Pete Heat? In which Prince Pete Heat responds, yes, father. Flama, Enisha, Aurora, and Adana ask him, but Prince Pete angrily denies their request. Firerella arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Pete, he sees her, walks straight towards her and says, You must be Firerella. May I please have this dance? Yes, said Firerella, overjoyed. Flama, Enisha, Aurora, and Adana watch them jealously, and as they wanted Prince Pete to fall in love with them. But soon, Firerella realizes it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she ran so fast that she lost both her burning red ruby slippers. The next day, the king of Hodville and Prince Pete traveled all around Hodville, trying to find her who captured Prince Pete's heart and brought the 2 burning red ruby slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrived, Prince Pete knocks on the door of the home where Firerella, Flama, Ignatia, Roar, and Adana live. "Hello, Prince Pete. Can I give you a bowl of hot soup?" said Flama. "Hello, Prince Pete. Can I give you a glass of hot sauce?" said Ignatia. "Hello, Prince Pete. Can I get you a pipe and hot veggie shawarma?" said Roar and Adana. Prince Pete said, "No thank you, ladies. But my father, the king of Hodville, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these burning red ruby slippers? Flame is first, but her feet are too big. Ignatia is next, but her feet are too small." "Nonsense! They fit!" she said. Rora and Adana did the same thing, but their feet don't fit either. Suddenly, the king of Hodville and Prince Pete noticed Firerella. She looks strange. "Firerella, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you. Will you marry Prince Pete?" exclaims the king of Hodville, and the burning red ruby slippers fit, and Firerella, who transforms back into a princess, accepts to marry Prince Pete. And they, along with the king of Hodville, lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to Andrews Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewsEverything.com. And if you want to see some sequels, tell your friends about it. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew's Doers, Andrew Does Everything, proudly presents Firerella 2, Hot Wishes Come True. A sequel to Firerella, based on the story of Cinderella, with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 2 times, a year after their marriage, Firerella and Prince Pete celebrate their first anniversary by doing a romantic dance. A few months later, they're getting pregnant, but in the end, Firerella is gravely ill. Fortunately, her fiery godmother chants the magic words, "Hiddity, hoddity, hoo!" and waves her magic wand. And not a minute too soon, Firerella is so cured, and so is the baby, who is a boy named Apollo Heat. To celebrate his birth, Firerella and Prince Pete launch a flying lantern into the sky. "Firerella, my dear, I don't want to interrupt, but the spell has a side effect," said Firerella's fiery godmother. Meanwhile, Flama, Ignatia, Rora, and Adana are extremely jealous about Firerella and Prince Pete's marriage. "No fair! I thought Prince Pete was going to fall in love with me," said Flama, the oldest stepsister. "Well," said Flama's stepsister, "I thought Prince Pete was going to fall in love with me," said Ignatia, in which Rora and Adana agree. A few months later, Apollo says his first word, "hot," and his second word, "mom," much to Firerella and Prince Pete's delight. "Apollo, this is amazing! I didn't know you ever say anything. I'm so happy for you. I wish you could say any more short old words," said Firerella. Later, as it's time for bed, Apollo feels a little tired. "Time for bed, son," asks Prince Pete, in which Apollo answers, resounding yes in body language. The next year, Apollo grows up and does not give up on saying any word. Suddenly, Firerella and Prince Peter are not home. Much to his grief, although he doesn't give up, Apollo grabs his courage, and so he studies more and more. Meanwhile, at the Hodville market, Firerella says, "Do you think Apollo will be okay?" In which Prince Peter says, "Yes, I think so." While shopping, by this time, Flama and Nisha, Rora and Adana arrive, still extremely jealous about their marriage. Back at home, Apollo is doing so well, but he suddenly feels about to sneeze and rushes to the basement. When Apollo sneezes, he spreads combustion due to the side effect in the curing spell. Because of that, the fire from the explosion overheats the basement's pipes, full of water, which causes the pipe to burst open like a balloon, causing a flood in the basement. Apollo tries to quickly fix the broken pipe with pulling a new pipe by the pipe pulling about and replacing it, but it makes it worse. Fortunately, Apollo finds the emergency magic button to suck out the water, and so he presses the button and sucks the water out of the house, replacing the broken pipe with a new one, resulting in the basement being saved. Just then, a new baby friend with watery magic, while Apollo has fiery magic. I'm Aquata Lakeland, and I was helping my parents with searching for an leak on one of the pipes in my house in Waterland, but I got sucked in an atom in Hodville, said Aquata, for introducing herself and how she got here. Later, Apollo and Aquata became best friends. The king of Hodville's messenger saw it and said, "Waterella intruder! Oh no, Hodville's in trouble! Oh, big trouble! Oh no! He then goes over to the king of Hodville and tells him about that Aquata Lakeland from London has escaped from her home and has entered Hodville by saying, "Your Majesty, a Waterland intruder has escaped and is about to put out our beautiful fire!" "Sound the alarm!" yells the king of Hodville, in which his messenger was a trumpet alarm. And his guards hear an attack, yell, "Charge!" Firerella and Prince Peahy hear it and rush home. Aquata attempts to escape and heads home for Waterland, much to Apollo's grief. He is now sad about his new friend and Aquata Lakeland. The king of Hodville, Fire, and Prince Peahy comfort Apollo, cheer him up, and tell him that elements don't mix. Like fire and water, they don't be together, they're opposites. "Oh, Apollo, my grandson, I'm sorry about your new friend, but I'm afraid elements don't mix. Like fire and water can't be together," said the king of Hodville. And so, Apollo accepts his grandfather's orders, realizes he has done what he has done, and now cheers up. And then he, along with Firerella and Prince Peahy, lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrews Everything, and buy our merchandise at andrewseverything.com. And I've been debating on making the Firerella sequels a better tradition. So if you want to see maybe at some point Firerella 3, something like that, tell your friends about it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye.